I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we. You're not here, you missing out. Is this show? Welcome to the We Love Wrestling spot. My name is Terry. I'm with Danielle from the Pretty Hills. Today we are going to talk to someone who's not respected enough, someone who may change the world on Saturday, someone who is one half of one of the best tag team that you know out here, someone who calls himself a tumbler. His name is Timmy Lou Retton. How are you doing today, sir?
Sorry. Hi. Hello. Hi. I'm doing good. How are you?
We're doing this. Now, I don't know what happened there at the beginning, but we are here. But the first question I always ask everybody is, why do you love wrestling, or what started your love for wrestling?
Well, my grandfather got me into watching wrestling. He was a big NWA fan. And we was in North Carolina, so wrestlers would come in and out of Raleigh like it was nothing. I'd watch it with him every Saturday. He'd slam me. We'd go, he'd let me go get magazines. And then when I started to watch it by myself, there's a wrestler called Too Cold Scorpio. Mm-hmm. And he was amazing. He looked like me. He was doing the stuff I was doing in my backyard or with my friends, just flipping, just doing insanely incredible things. And he inspired me. I was like, yeah, I want to do this. I truly want to do this. So I feel like I owe my career to Too Cold Scorpio and Ruckus.
Too Cold Scorpio. Give Too Cold Scorpio his flowers, because enough people does not.
All of them. Even the flowers that you know he likes the most.
Now, we got to talk about it. You've held titles, tag team titles, with as one half of the Gym Nasty Boys in so many promotions. Can you just tell me a little bit about that? Like, why hasn't the big promotion gotten you yet?
To be completely honest and to be frank, even though my name's Timmy, it's just a matter. I feel like it's the universe. Mm-hmm. I could come here and say, oh, they overlooked us. Oh, we've been ready. But the truth of the matter is, I know wrestling is mostly appearance. You make money off your body. And while me and Mike were both ready wrestling-wise, we weren't appeasing to the companies that were looking for people to put on TV now. And it took me a while to understand that, to accept that. But once this whole quarantine has helped me a lot. Like it cost me a lot of money. It cost us all a lot of money, and we're just sitting here. But it helped me a lot, and I feel like the reason now, it's just a matter of time. It's just who are we on their radar, who wants to invest in us, because I can say this with all confidence. Me and Mike have either wrestled people, been in locker rooms with people, or just been around anyone in the big name, big companies. All of them. So it's just a matter of who wants to make money off of us and who wants to make money with us. So, yeah, it's just whenever the universe is ready to give it to us.
How long have you and Mike been tag teaming as the Gym Nasty Boys?
We've been tagging for 2.5 years.
Okay. 2.5 years. How long have you been wrestling?
I've been wrestling for 6 years.
6 years, okay.
And my tag partner, Mike, he's been wrestling for 13.
Ooh, nice mixture there. Okay, sounds good. Danielle, I'm gonna get into my other part, but then I want you to get your questions, Danielle, before I flip this whole interview to the left.
Okay. So my my question is Gymnasty Boys, right? Like I think my first time ever seeing you guys was WrestleCade 2018, I want to say. And I've heard the name over and over again, but I being in Winston-Salem that year, I got to actually see you guys wrestling. I'm like, okay. And I didn't really get it, right? And I'm like, okay, because sometimes when you see wrestlers, there's a gimmick, and you see them in action, and you're like, okay, I get it. Like I didn't really get it, so I was like, okay, yeah, no, maybe it's not for me to get, but I mean, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? And remember, I had just really started to see you, so it's like ever since that WrestleCade, I couldn't help but hear your name. Can we talk a little bit about where the name came from, and now that I know you a little better, I've got to get to know you a little more personally, and I've got to really see you and Mike's dynamic. And even though you've only been partners for 2.5 years, you guys seem like you've been partners for a lifetime. So where did the name Gymnasty come from? And how do you mesh? I know, tag teaming is challenging, especially and I'm going to be very candid and frank, even though your name is Timmy. But yeah, you don't look alike. You're definitely two polar opposites when it comes to perception. So where did the name Gymnasty come from, and how do you gel so well as a tag team?
Well, the name came from back from when I was doing my gymnastics gimmick. Timmy Lou Retton, the famous gymnast back in the day. And it's funny because only the older people get that when I tell them my name or they hear it. Mm-hmm. So it's just a little cool thing for me. But it's something that I had, I didn't know where I was going to use it. At first it was Gymnasty Boy. Mm-hmm. It's almost just like how I would do my stunts or how I would flip off the top rope. It was just, I'm just Gymnasty Boy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then I met Mike, 2015. He was in the crowd when I was wrestling at PWX, and he came up to me and he was saying he was a big fan of my work, and I didn't know that he was a wrestler at the time. And then when I found out, I was, man, shut the hell up, saying you're a fan of me. I was like, I'm literally just a year in. I haven't done anything for any of that. Mm-hmm. But he was very humble, very respectful, and we were cool. And I would see him on shows here and there. And then I was wrestling Rob Killjoy from the Ugly Ducklings. Mm-hmm. And the show was not all that great. It started off with 300 people, but it started around 8. Mm. So it just snowballed till by the time we got out there was 75 people out there. Mm. But we did what we could. We had a really good match. We got a standing ovation from the crowd and went in the back, got a standing ovation from them. And then Mike was in the main event. He was like, well, damn, how the hell am I going to follow this? So he goes out there, and for all else purposes, the match was a match. But he stood out because his gifter Gab made you forget how bad that match was. Yeah. He was walking around just doing all this, shut up, baby, give me $1. People gave him money. People gave him money as he walked around the ring. And then for some reason, one of the guys, tag partner, who wasn't on the show, he was in the crowd. He just ran in the ring and they just said, this is a tag team match now. And Mike was like, nah. And he jumped out the ring and went to the back. And I was a fan of his off that night. Then fast forward, I say 5 months. I was invited to get in the car with, because at the time I was homeless. So I would just go to show, whatever I can get off that. And then I just sleep in a Sheetz parking lot. And eventually my car got repoed. And then Lance Lou of the Ugly Ducklings invited me to get on the road with him and invited me into his house. So I'd be driving with them, and then Mike got in, and we just be the understudies of the Ducklings because they were on their rise, and we was just along for the ride at the time.
Literally and figuratively.
Exactly. And me and Mike would talk, and it's so funny because people think how Mike is just a persona or just a gimmick. No, Mike is from North Charleston, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
What you see, what you get with White Mike.
I love Mike.
So it was just us vibing off that, just listening to music, talking about wrestling, talking about tag team wrestling. We both love tag team wrestling. My only thing was I never found a partner that was committed enough to really be in it, and I didn't want to be in it if someone was going to half-ass this.
Mm-hmm.
So we was in Tennessee, Kingsport, Tennessee for at the time it was NWA Smoky Mountain. It was the Carnies, the Heat Seekers, and the Ugly Ducklings. They was doing a podcast, and the topic was tag team wrestling. We was allowed to be in the room when they was talking about it, and me and Mike was just looking at each other. It's like, we can do this. It's like, with his experience and my willingness to learn, it's like we can like absorb as much as we want from people and just take what we need from it. And the funny thing about how people think we've been tagging longer than we actually have is we would ride together and plan all this together. Like, before anything happened, we had pictures, we had shirts, we had merchandise, we had interest music, we had tag team names for moves that people have never seen yet. But by the time we debuted, people assumed we were like 3 or 4 years in together. But me and Mike just mesh well together because we understand what we need to be in the tag team. I'm the wrestler, I'm the seller, I'm the bumper, I'm all this. He's the gift of gab. He can think on his feet faster and better than anybody I know. You cannot out-talk Mike. I don't care how long you've been in this business. I don't care what platform you get on that you are able to speak. He will get you. He will get you every time. And it's, once I understood I can't be Mike, I don't want to be Mike because that's his lane. And he understands what he needs to be, and he understands he can't do the things that I need to do. It was just more so us putting together and just trying to be the best we can together. And it's like tag team wrestling is like a relationship. It's like a marriage. It's like you have to be able to communicate. You have to be able to know what's wrong with your partner inside and outside the ring. You have to have those moments where you don't want to talk, but you know you have to get through it. Otherwise, you're just going to be stuck at a plateau where you both can't rise.
Mm.
So once we had put that psychology into that wrestling and our tag wrestling and into our day-to-day lives, because we live together.
Mm. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah.
It's like he works and then I work and then yeah. And people are like, man, he must be funny all the time. Like, no, he's a very chill guy. He's very calm, cool, collected to himself. And it's like people will just assume just because we do all this stuff out in there, like we're crazy. I'm like, nah. We like to be cool. We like chill. We like to be us when we need to be. And that's what I think our dynamic meshes so well. Like, we've never had a problem because if there was ever a point where it needs to be discussed, it's discussed. And it's like, okay, I see what you see. I see what you're saying. You understand where I'm coming from. We can put together, we can take what we need and put it in until we don't need and throw it away. And we just keep on moving. But it's just like recently, as much as I know I'm saying the universe is supposed to give you things, it's like we're waiting and we're showing people that we're ready. And it's like nothing.
Mm.
And sometimes, like, we've been having this discussion, it's like, what if they don't want us together? Like, what if we're just better to run apart? So it's just like, sometimes.
You said apart?
Yeah, like, I go back to singles and he goes back to singles. Because originally we were singles before we became tag. Like, I say this a lot on Twitter and people, I guess, don't understand what it means when I say check my mixtape. Before I was a nasty boy, I was doing a lot of things. A lot of good things to where if you measure up to some of the people that have gotten signed. It makes you scratch your head a lot. So it's like, I was Mr. 500 in the PWI, and then once I started tagging with Mike, I was an afterthought. I was in a Super 8 tournament. I've wrestled 2 Cold Scorpio. I've wrestled Willie Mack. I've wrestled MJF. I've wrestled people that are stars, that are names, that have legends, that have been things in this business. But yet you don't know who I am. People, I can't tell you how many times people don't know my name. They call me Tommy. They call me Timmy Lou Retton, Timmy Lou Retton. Some even call me by my real name, which I don't see how they think that's cool. But it's like, maybe I just need to go back and just show people what I can actually do. Because like, I was able to hide, and this is me, the quarantine, teaching me to be humble and be honest about myself. When I was a little heavier, I was very lazy. Like, I could hang for a good 2 minutes in a run, but I'd be tired and I had to tag out Mike and catch my breath. And this is me being honest with myself. I know I wasn't ready back then, but I know I'm ready now. I know Mike's ready now, individually or together. And that's what we always wanted to do. If anything was to happen to where we had to break up, no one was going to be, well, who's this guy? Well, he was the star of the tag team. No. You can break us up and put us anywhere on this earth, and we'll still bang.
Well, is it okay if I go, Danielle? Because
I mean, I'm like taking it all in, like.
Because I mean, he said it, so I got to ask about it.
Yeah, I'm waiting on the biopic.
He said, as a singles competitor, check your mixtape. Yes. I mean, well, you gonna have a new mixtape that's coming out, because tomorrow it's Saturday. Well, this will come out on Friday, so tomorrow you will be facing Trish Adora for a beautiful title. A beautiful title. That's the Pan-Afrikan World Diaspora Wrestling Championship. Big name.
Yes.
But on F1ght Island, on the Summer Jam card, are you, well, all the training you did, the promo you cut, you got to be taking this title, right? You got to be bringing it to your home.
I wouldn't be putting myself through all this for nothing. That championship is beautiful. What it's going to represent means just as much more. What Trish Adora accomplished in that tournament was astounding. Literally the only woman in that tournament, and taking on names like O'Shea Edwards, Mr. Grimm, Darius Lockhart. Holding that championship high, representing not just herself, but wrestlers like me who don't get a chance to be world champion in other places, who don't get a chance to be in those feuds that progress us. I understand what's at stake, and I understand what's expected of me. I wouldn't be doing all this if I was going to half-ass it. And I know Trish is the same way. What we do Saturday is going to echo forever, because we can be in your main events. We can push your shows. We can sell your tickets. We just never got that opportunity. We just never had the narrative to care about us to do so. But now Fight Club is allowing us to do that. So, yes, Saturday, we're going to show our asses.
The whole
and I'm going to be the new Pan-Af world champion.
But like you just said, she went through this tournament. I believe it was a 16-person tournament. She was the only female. You've been training. She's been. They call her Lariat Tugman. Lariat Tugman. Are you ready for that?
Yes. Like I said in my promo 4 months ago, 5 months ago, a year ago, no, I can sit here and tell you, no, I was not ready. But this quarantine has helped me. It has showed me what I need to be, who I truly am. So I'm free. I'm truly free already. So what's Lariat Tubman to a free man?
That took me back.
I don't even know what to say to that. What's Lariat Tubman to a free man?
What can you say? He cutting promo right now. I am here for all of it.
So, no, do you think she's been representing the title well? And
of course. Please make no mistake about it. Trish has done an astounding job representing not just herself, not just Fight Club, and again, not just somebody like me, but all of us. There's a picture that we took together.
I've seen
that's on this. It's everywhere. When our hands are on her shoulder, that's literally her at the helm. She is the queen, and we are protecting her. But make no mistake about that. My intentions is pushing that championship too. My legacy is going to be forged in that championship too. Just because I'm protecting her doesn't mean her head doesn't mean to be on the swivel. We both know what that championship needs to be and what it needs to represent. She wouldn't expect anything less from me.
I like that. So it's still respect there, but it's just about pushing the title, the championship, to be out there more, because I've seen your training. Sorry.
This is what it's all about. I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I'm very passionate about that championship.
You're good.
That championship is going to mean so much, so much. I am putting my life on the line for that championship because it's going to be way past when I'm gone, way past when Trish is gone, way past as you, any of us, is going to be talked about, is going to be respected, because I'm sick and tired of wrestlers like me, wrestlers like Trish, wrestlers like Faye Jackson, not having a platform, not having a chance to show what we can do. We are talented individuals. We can also be stars. We can be your legends. We can be pushers. We can be pillars of this business. It shouldn't have taken all of this to happen. There are stars now, like our stars, that won't ever get their roses. There are stars now that are deemed jobbers or losers because someone in the office didn't get what they were trying to present. I'm not having that anymore. So, the Pan-Af Championship will not just be a representative of Fight Club. It'll be representative of everyone. Everyone. Everyone that's not getting that chance. Everyone that doesn't have a voice. Trish is doing a great job speaking for us. And after Saturday, I will do the same.
Whew. So I saw this title first debuted in February of 2019. And it says it's the second defense of it. Will you
Yes.
be a fighting champion if you win the title?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, indeed. If again, back to checking my mixtape. If you look back, check out a promotion called Gouge Wrestling. I was the heavyweight champion for 4 years. In those 4 years, there was no resting. There was no, oh, I have a championship, I'm gonna let this go and just be a tag team wrestler. No, sometimes I've wrestled 3 times that night. What I did with that championship, no one is ever, ever, ever going to duplicate.
Oh.
And this was me inexperienced. This was me not knowing who I was as a wrestler and as a man. I know both now. So I'm going to put all my effort in pushing that championship, just if not more, as I did for the Gals Championship.
Now, I've seen a lot of people talk about they're going to have their eyes on this matchup because they see you getting you going for the belt, but it's a lot of other competitors who want that title also, because this title means a lot to you. It means a lot to me, but it seems the title means a whole lot to a lot more people. So when you go after this title, it's going to be a lot of stars looking for you. I mean, your head's always on a swivel bar. Are you ready for that type of pressure on you? I know you built for it, but
Constantly. I understand the risks that are involved with having that championship. Just like Trish displays it beautifully over her shoulder, it is a target. The second you have that, the second all the congratulations are over, all the high fives, all the tweets, all the likes, people want your head. During this quarantine, I was at the bottom, the very bottom. I won't go into detail, but it was a very dark time for me. I found my way out of it. And during that climb, there was a lot of people that I recognized that don't appreciate my talent, that want that championship. So the second I win, the very second, there'll be no high fives. There'll be no, oh, Tim, let me take a picture with you. I don't want no one in that ring. That is going to be me. I want you to look. I want you to understand. I want you to come forward. I need you to come forward. So when I beat your ass, there's no second guessing. There's no, well, what if I did this? No, you lost. There's no second chances. So the people that have some kind of stake or people that have their eyes on it, you can have all the eyes you want on it. Because it's coming home with me. Every night. Around my waist or on my shoulder, however I want to display it.
I've seen this belt. I follow this belt on Instagram, and I just feel like more and more people need to watch this, because when it just happened to pop up in my feed, like I saw you talking about it and everything, then the belt just popped up in my feed, and I was like, oh, this goes down on Saturday on IWTV.
Yes, sir.
If you don't know, after the taping, it goes directly on IWTV. But he's been training. Go to his. This is what I call a put me over moment. So this is something new I'm gonna do. Put yourself over. Can you give your social media just any last words on this for Saturday? Because I don't know what anyone else is doing, but if you in my community, outside of my community, anywhere in the world, you should be paying attention to this belt. It's the Second Defense Fight Club Pro Summer Jam Fight Island. Timmy, go ahead.
Well, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram. my fan page, all of it is Timmy Lou Retton or Timmy Lou Who, depending on your mood. You do need to keep your eyes on this match because it's going to display us in the light that we both deserve to be in. It's going to show her technical prowess, her willing to win no matter what, and all else, her strength as a Black woman. It's also going to show my coming out party in a sense of showing people what I've possessed for years. The whole infinite thing truly means a lot to me because what I'm going to do Saturday is truly going to live forever. Trish, I truly, truly hope you bring, I know, I'm not going to wish, I'm speaking positivity into this. I know you're going to bring your best. I know it. But I also need you to bring acceptance because your best is not going to be the good enough that night. I am beating you. Broke Black Mountain, 1, 2, 3. Be well.
Saturday, people. This is Timmy Lou Retton. See, since I'm putting this up, I want to give a rundown of this card because this is more than just. I mean, this match is so big with Timmy Lou Retton versus Trish Adora, but it's more matches on this card that you should tune in to watch. You have the Chocolate City Championship, second defense. Billy Dixon versus Christian Robinson. We did a spotlight on Billy Dixon maybe a month ago, so we're pulling for Billy. He's the champion that. Then you have the Kings of the District versus Oreo Speedwagon. Ooh, K.A. Robinson versus a guy that I've been paying attention to so far, O'Shea Edwards.
I'll be paying close attention to that match as well because I've had my eye on O'Shea for a while.
O'Shea, we watching. You got Black Magic versus Progress. Ooh. Then you have DK Meadows versus Miles Millennium. Now, this last match is when I saw the card, this is the first person that we ever spotlighted on here. And she is on the card. So Savannah Evans versus Killian McMurphy. When I saw the first match for the championship with Mr. Retton versus Adora, I was like, getting it. Then I saw the second match for the Chocolate City Championship. I was like, I'm getting it. Then I saw Savannah on the card, and I said, let me post this to all my friends because they need to get it now. Then I saw the rest of the card, and I said, you know what? I need to talk to the man behind this because more people need to know about this. So everybody need to be on this because if they can't get the chances in the big companies where you watch the big companies, you like, oh, where the people at that look like me? Why they not getting the chances? They get ready to make their own chances and own opportunities. It's Saturday. This is what we need. We all need to support. We all need to watch. We all need to buy. We all need to pay attention. One final thing, Mr. Lou Retton. I saw someone by the name of Darius Lockhart said he'll be watching the match very closely, watching both of you. He's been commenting about your workout videos, commenting about her workout videos. He's a revolutionary. So I'm going to ask it. I don't have no affiliation with nobody. So Saturday, if you're in the middle of the ring and you're standing with that title held high, will he be one of your defenses? I know you're going to fight everybody and show him what you're doing, but the way he's talking about this championship, is he going to be the first defense, second defense? I know it got to go through the company, but are you backing down from anybody? I know you said you're not running from nobody, but whew.
The funny thing about being infinite is once you stand in your truth, it doesn't matter who's in front of you. It doesn't. I'm not going to say it doesn't matter because all my title defenses will matter. But this will be very special because I've known Darius since we both started. We've both risen in North Carolina. We both got kicked out of North Carolina. We both were welcomed back in North Carolina. We're both Mid-Atlantic wrestlers to a T. But once I win that championship, my damn mother can be across from me. No one's taking that from me. I have too much to do with that. I have a legacy to forge. And Darius, you revolutionize over there. I'll be well over here. Long as you don't get in my damn way, we're cool. But the second you do,
Man, basically, if he said if his mama's standing across from him, he basically just saying anybody can get it. If you going after that title, anybody. Whew. Saturday, tomorrow, August 15th. You watching this, share it to somebody, let them know that it's going down. The Summer Jam card on F1ght Island, Fight Club Pro. Make sure I'm saying this right. I got to make sure I'm saying the name right. Fight Club Pro Wrestling, because it's wrestling. It's Saturday. This title, this match, these two competitors. I'm just with one. I'm happy he blessed us. You very well could have just talked to the next Pan-Afrikan World Diaspora Wrestling Champion.
Hi, Mom.
He's one half of the Gymnasty Boys, but don't think that defines him. Check his mixtape. You're gonna have some more tracks coming on the mixtape. I'm just in it there. Got the shout out to Indianapolis, GCW Pro, September 26th. Gymnasty Boys have been signed to be there. If you're in Indy, as a part of the world's largest food truck rally at the Waterman's Family Farm, September 26th, 3 p.m. Indy time, might start at 4. Come see them. But this is Terry with the We Love Wrestling Spot. Danielle was here, but you saw her driving. She was driving, trying to go tell all her friends they need to order this on IWTV on Saturday, like you need to be doing. But as I always say, if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling. It's too sweet for the culture.